After the widespread introduction of antipsychotic drugs starting about 1955, the number of residents in state and county mental health hospitals declined sharply. But in the rush to deinstitutionalize the mentally ill, many people who were ill-equipped to care for themselves were left homeless on city streets. Now, we all know, we hear on the news all the time, our prison system is swelling. It's about to bust. Where are those people going? We have enough homeless out there on the street. We have enough to deal with already on the street. So what about this next flow? In closing, I'd like to leave you with a little story, a little analogy that's going to require your imagination as well as your level of understanding to the conception of life and incarceration. Imagine the conception of a child. Now imagine the inception of incarceration of a prisoner. Imagine the baby growing and developing inside the womb. Now imagine the growth and development of the prisoner inside his or her prison environment. Imagine the birth of that child into the world. Now imagine the release from prison, the transition back into the world for a prisoner. We know if a mother doesn't take good care of herself and the child inside of her, the child is going to face subject to face some defects, emotionally, possibly physically. I remember Sister Kim, we had at our Undoing Racism class. Sister Kim was talking about the crack baby and the effects that it has, coming out. And she hit it home for me because I haven't actually ever seen one, but I've heard it. And those of y'all probably seen it. But I witnessed the effects later on in some of my young partners, the younger generations coming up under me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of that. But I can see how they react and how they go through life, the tics and the not so good awareness and, not good, too much, what I'm saying, as far as decision making. But imagine a crack baby, And Sister Kim she showed us she was jerking, she was jerking. And we learned to make correlations to things, with my sisters and our sponsors and everybody. Miss Barbara, Bennett, Mary, we learned a whole lot from these sisters. I take personal pride in that because once again, I'm so attached to the sisters because I was raised by a single mother. I draw on them, Now imagine this growth and development, of the prison. I don't get too harsh up in here, but the prison system ain't too healthy. It's a little sick. Imagine the birth into the world for the baby, and imagine this prisoner getting released from prison. It's shocking for a crack baby. It's shocking for a prisoner. The Department of Correction has a responsibility, just like the mother, to take care of the child. The department has a responsibility to take care of his ward and make sure that the prisoner in his care is receiving the proper mental health treatment that they are responsible for treating. But from my observation, all I see is new disorders being created in an atmosphere of hostility, which breeds antisocial behaviors, and a long list of other illnesses. Now, do you want this kind of man or woman to return to your community? Without receiving the proper treatment? Do y'all? What steps do you take when you are sick? If you're real sick, you check yourself into a hospital to receive the proper treatment, right? I'm not saying that we check ourselves into prison, that we check ourselves into prison. I'm not saying that, by all means. Although I heard that sometimes in this situation, that's the case. Some people check themselves into the system because homelessness or, they're real scared out there. DOC have designed for the purpose of housing and correcting. DOC is designed for the purpose of housing and correcting, reforming criminals' behavior, but I don't see any behavior therapy being administered. I guess the therapist still hasn't shown up to work. We, the members of Pt2, refuse to wait for the therapist to show. We, along with our sponsors and volunteers, will meet at our circle of life, and we will continue to administer therapeutic balm of Gilead. We will continue to apply the spittle that causes the blind to see the way things are, and a viable solution to old dusty problems. We will continue in our circle of life to come up here and come up with solutions and present to the public. I'm a prisoner's activist. I'm doing a life sentence. I plan to do this until God takes me. I'm 37. God has kept me 14 years. Now, I came in here with mental disorders, but I received the therapy through my brothers, through volunteers and sponsors. I waited for DOC to come and administer some kind of help to me, but there was nothing. There was nothing. But I knew how to seek, the help that I needed. I saw whole, holistic cleaning within my soul and spirit, because I also know that needed some mental attention, some mental treatment. And I stand here today. I say I'm doing pretty good. I say I'm doing pretty good.